I was born in Russia. From Russia, when I was 6 years old, we moved to the United States. We lived in Buffalo for about 10 to 12 years, and then we moved to New Jersey. When I was going to Fairlawn High School, I was working at an accounting office. They gave me a very big opportunity. It wasn't just an opportunity to work. They didn't even know it was going to be a spiritual opportunity as well. That's where I met Rabbi Mendel. I don't know, he always came by, and I didn't really know too much about what's going on. I put on the tefillin, I said Shema Yisrael, but I didn't really know what that was for.
Me and Max, we didn't meet just at shul. We've seen each other in the past. His best friend had a sister who was my best friend. So we started talking at the Rabbi and Elki's son's bris. It was Avrohom's bris. And from there, we started slowly seeing each other more often and dating. After my brother's wedding, when we came back from Israel, he proposed. And then we got married at the shul.
We had our first kid, my son Simcha.
And then Sophie. And then we got a house next door to the rabbi.
The rabbi's our neighbor, which is nice because if we have any questions, he comes over and he helps us out.
Originally, I came from Israel after I finished my military service. I was living actually initially in Detroit, Michigan, where my mother's from. After Michigan, I moved to North Carolina for a little business venture in which I sold. But at the same time, my brother and sister already settled in New Jersey. Because of my family connection here, I decided to move here and work with my older brother. And this is how I got to New Jersey. My wife, she's originally from Moscow, from Russia. And when she ended up in Fairlawn as well, we were, of course, not married yet. She was to be my future wife. At that point, she felt very comfortable and natural coming into Bris Avrohom. She began to learn and study almost on a daily basis at the Bris Avrohom Fairlawn synagogue. Because of that reason, it led me also to follow her footsteps into the Bris Avrohom Fairlawn synagogue. And when I entered in and began to interact with the congregation, the community, just naturally I was drawn into it by the warmth, the welcoming, a lot of fun. We sit down, we have our kiddushes, our farbrengens.
So I grew up not Jewish and not religious, and that was my goal, to become Jewish. I came to Fairlawn because I had friends here already, so I had place to stay, and I was very grateful to the community that they helped me to find a place to live and opened their arms to me, and I was really grateful, and I am very grateful to Bris Avrohom Synagogue and specifically to Rabbi Zaltzman, who made me feel very comfortable.
It gives you a strong sense of belonging, a strong sense of identity of who you are, where you came from, where you're going, and that helps to inject these values into the future generation, which is our children and grandchildren.
I was really, really impressed by the warm atmosphere again of Rabbi Zaltzman and the community. And I felt like I was home. I felt that I belonged. It's a very special feeling.
My name is Alan Mamrud. I'm Sephardic, Syrian, born in Syria, raised in Brooklyn. I met Max and Yoni around a year and a half ago. It was love at first sight. I really, really liked Max. I think Yoni's a fantastic guy. They make a great team. Young, aggressive, very trustworthy. That's the judgment or the first impression I got about them. And we really built an amazing business together. And as long as we're successful, we will, Beli Neder, continue to support this foundation, Brit Avraham and the Shul, and hopefully keep growing the Torah studies there.
For me, going to Bris Avraham Fairlawn, to the synagogue, and sharing my life with the people and the community, and just allows me to continue on with my life's path in a very determined, strong, powerful way. I just feel confident, and I'm very thankful to the community that it enables me, empowers me to be such a person.
The community, Bris Avraham of Fairlawn, it's a place for inspiration. It's a place that offers answers to questions. It's a place that gives a sense of belonging. It's inspiring. And that's really what community is all about.
You know, I'm young, I'm an entrepreneur. I never went to school. I dropped out in 7th grade, so I never went to high school. I started working right after my bar mitzvah. I didn't have millions of dollars backing me up. The biggest part of my success is because we give. I could tell you from experience, every dollar you give, you're gonna get it back in multiples of maybe hundreds, not thousands.
The shul changed our life. It gave us purpose. They care for us when we need it. I give to the shul only because I choose to give. I want the shul to grow. I want the community to grow. When you bring God into whatever you do, that becomes successful.